Yes.
Now, Bella and I were just discussing the dangers of spending too much time watching TV. Certainly as a little pup, but we don't have to worry about that. With the busiest boy in the whole world, we know that he absolutely loves to get outdoors, but the real danger exists in today's age with tablets and TV and a ton of content to absorb, that we are spending too much time in front of screens, which can have a massive detrimental effect on our children's development. So let's catch up with Miss Nikki Bush, our creative parenting expert.
Now, earlier we spoke about tech-induced hyper-aroused nervous system, so caused by too much screen time in a sense. Now, we're continuing our conversation this morning with our regular creative parenting expert, Nikki Bush. This is a topic that really blows my mind and really just opens your eyes when it comes to the world of parenting. So where do parents draw the line with allowing your children to have too much screen time?
So we need to provide children with boundaries. They're not born knowing any boundaries whatsoever. You know, we have to teach them when to eat, when to sleep, when to play, and the same goes for technology. So they need to have time limits, and we also need to give them content limits too. So the content they're playing with needs to be age appropriate as well, because that is also something that can freak the brain out and push it into overdrive and hyperarousal if children experience a lot of fear, a lot of age-inappropriate excitement, for example. That can really freak the brain out. So we need to make sure that we know what our children are playing with and how long they are actually engaged with on-screen stuff. Because the reality is that those in the know who are dealing with tech addiction in children say that it is actually far more difficult to deal with than, for example, drug addiction. And it's because we live in a world surrounded by technology. So if you had to do a tech detox with a child, you would have to take them away from all technology for 4 to 6 weeks at the bare minimum in order to reset their nervous system.
That is incredible. 4 to 6 weeks. That is crazy. So what are some of the things, that you can do for that detox?
Okay, so you mentioned in the break earlier that we should actually go on adventures with our children and take them to the bush. Take them to places where they can't use technology, where there's no Wi-Fi, where they experience being off as opposed to being the always on generation. Because there's a very different feeling, and if they never actually get to experience the difference, they won't understand, what it means. Have family game nights where there's no technology, but we're playing real hilarious family games where everybody gets to interact with each other, to laugh, to chill, to experience what fun feels like in the real world. Very, very important that.
And because we live these fast-paced lives, I think we tend to forget as parents as well to limit these times, also to look at what is fun for the children.
Yes, so what's fun for the children actually is about sharing time and space with them. They actually want a piece of you. That is the most important thing for them, is to have a real and authentic relationship with you. The thing is, when children feel invisible, when they feel that they are not getting your attention, that's when they will fill that gap with technology, because they can. So it can fill the void. And that's what we need to avoid, is children who feel like they've been sidelined. Because that's probably the most dangerous thing, is that children actually will turn to technology to fill the gap.
Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate your time this morning and your advice as well. I hope a lot of parents sat up straight and listened to this topic this morning. Very, very serious indeed. But we would love to know your thoughts, maybe on our social media feeds, Expresso Morning Show SABC3 on Facebook. Let us know, how do you deal with the topic of your children and technology?
Only you can make my day.